With our protection program, one of the most important things is it all starts at selection, right? We select these dogs not for their training. A lot of the dogs we look at have sometimes a lot of training, but we do not select them. We select them, number one, for their heart and for their mind. We want to see a dog that's brave. You can put all the training in the world on a dog, but if he's not brave, there's nothing you can do. And we don't want to sell people dogs that aren't brave, that aren't willing to do the job if push comes to shove. So the most important thing is selection. We're not interested in selling faux protection dogs. We want the real deal. We want dogs that will rise to the occasion. We have multiple clients who've actually needed their dogs to do something, and those dogs have not disappointed, because the most important tier that I feel like probably a lot of other companies tend to leave out is marrying the right dog to the right handler. Most of our dogs are not going to be the right dog for you. Part of what makes us really good at this is our ability to pair the right dog to the right situation, to the right family, to the right handler, to the right working situation. Everybody has a unique lifestyle. Everybody has a unique life situation, and it's up to us to find you the right dog to go with that. I can't say this enough. I've had a lot of clients call me interested in a specific dog listed on our website. And after listening to them talk about their life, their situation, their expectations for the dog, I've often steered them to another dog. And sometimes it's a dog that's actually less expensive than the dog that they initially wanted. For us, the most important key to success is the right dog for the right home. And I think that's really what separates us. I'd like to think also what really separates us is our selection. We do not select dogs that we can flip quickly. That is not our priority. A lot of other businesses, I think, they like to buy export dogs, because these are dogs that already had a lot of training and they can just put some little bit of work into those dogs, if sometimes no work at all, just turn that dog around and sell that dog for a whole heap of money. And basically what that makes you is a dog flipper. We are not dog flippers. The vast majority of the dogs that we purchase have next to no training on them. And it's really important for us that we pick the right dog, right? We can put all the training. We're expert trainers. We're some of the best trainers in the world. And we're very proud of our program, both from a protection side and also an obedience side. Everybody's different. Everybody's needs are different. Police departments are different. So whether I'm supplying a police department, a private security company, contractors, or a family that's looking for their next companion and protector, I'm going to look at your individual situation, your unique situation, and I'm going to match that dog to that situation. And we've had a really good track record of that. You know, for a lot of people, protection dogs is a racket. It's just, let me buy these dogs from Europe or wherever, and let me flip these dogs around and make a whole heap of money. For us, it's a lot more than that. For us, we know that in some cases, our dogs will be called upon to do their job, and not just in law enforcement situations. We've had families that have actually needed their protection dog to do his or her job, and our dogs have always stood up to the occasion, whether, you know, it was fighting a bear in one instance, burglaries, home invasions. We've had dogs that have responded to all these situations and done their job. I am a connoisseur of good working dogs. So if you think about a car guy, that guy that has a giant garage and he's got 30, you know, really cool exotic cars, I'm the same way with dogs. If I see a really nice dog, again, I'm not really looking at the training of the dog. I'm looking at the fundamental dog itself, the genetic components of that dog, the temperament of the dog, the drive of the dog, the build of the dog. And that is what my determining factor is when it comes to the selection of these dogs. When we talk about preparing a dog for a family situation, one of the most important things that we do is we ensure that dog has exposure to the home. So we send these dogs home with our professional trainers. They take the dog home, they show the dog what it's like to live in a house, or the puppy. Oftentimes our puppies, that we even send them home with trainers to be raised for the first 8 months of their life in a home with all the usual things that you're going to see in your average home, whether it's a vacuum cleaner, a cat, another dog, children, all that type of stuff. The socialization and the exposure for these dogs is extremely important to us, and we spend a significant portion of time doing that. We also spend a lot of time working on obedience training.
A dog that isn't obedient isn't a dog that the average person is going to want or going to enjoy living with. So these dogs may be intense, they may be powerful, but we also spend a lot of time putting a lot of control on these dogs, putting that obedience on the dog so you can walk anywhere with the dog off leash. As you can see, we often take these dogs in public. We put these dogs in multiple scenarios where they're going to have to utilize that impulse control and learn to control themselves under a variety of different situations.
So when we breed dogs, we're always breeding dogs for our executive protection program, simply because it's hard to find enough of them to import in Europe. We go through actually a lot of dogs. Most of the dogs that we look at do not make the cut. What we're looking for when we select a dog or a puppy for protection work is a combination of traits. We want a really brave dog. We want a dog that is physically intimidating, because it's important from a deterrent standpoint that these dogs look the part. And we want a dog that has the character, the bravery to actually do the job. And unfortunately, those are not so easy to find. We're looking for the top 1% of dogs, the dogs that have the mind, the body, and the heart to do the work that we need them to do. Whether it's being a family dog, whether it's being a protection dog, whether it's being a dog that's used for security or law enforcement purposes, we're looking for the best of the best. So whether we're selecting an older dog or we're selecting a puppy, it's really, really important for us that we end up with the right dog. When we're breeding dogs, we're always utilizing bloodlines and parents that are specifically selected for that task. Now, Bolo, I know his siblings, I know his father, I know his mother, I know some of his grandparents. I've had my hands on those dogs, I've trained those dogs. I know all about everything there is to know about those dogs, which is why, of course, we made that breeding. It's really important when we're taking these dogs in public that they show us that they're able to calm down, that they're able to just be out and about without showing any aggressive behavior, that they're being bittable and willing to work with the handler. Really, really important.